Hi guys, Dr. Mel, and we are busy with electrochemistry. And in the chapter with electrochemistry, we've covered a few themes already. Please have a look at the definitions that we did. In the definitions, we did oil rig, and I'm going to quickly write it down here. If you remember oil rig, you know what oxidation is, loss, and reduction is gain of electrons. We did the agents, we did electrodes and electrolytes, and we applied them in certain conditions. Today we are going to look at the standard electrode potential. Now, the standard electrode potential is a known potential. It's standard, as we did with acids and bases where we had standard solution. So it's something that we know. It's a known factor. So if we have a look at our electrochemical cell, which is the galvanic or the voltaic cell, you'll know that we've got a voltmeter linked to the two electrodes. This one has a copper and a zinc electrode, and we've done that in a previous lesson. Now we're going to specifically concentrate on that voltmeter reading, and that's a measurement of the EMF. And we've done that in physics where we had a look at EMF in terms of our circuits. So this is a measure of the electrode potential. One of these will give away electrons and the other one will accept the electrons. And because there's energy related to that, we need to also, at this stage, just acknowledge that the volt is the joules per coulomb. If you have a look at your information sheet, you'll see that equation. So we're talking about energy per electron being transferred. Right, and it's being determined by the hydrogen standard cell. So what does this mean? If you have a look at your electrode potential table, and you know I've said to you, when you get your table, remember at the top here, it's the stronger reducing agent, which means if this reaction is going from here to there, this will be oxidation. On the other hand, we've got the stronger oxidizing agents here, which means this substance will be reduced. This will be the reduction half reaction. That's what we know when we open our information sheet with this table. Now we're going to concentrate not on the other elements that we've got here. I want you specifically to open your table and have a look if you can see hydrogen in this table. Now it's easy to find the hydrogen. If you have a look, scroll down with the volts here and you'll find there a voltage of 0. As soon as you've established that this is the voltage of 0, put a ruler down there or a pen or something and see that this is the specific half reaction that we are going to work with. And as I said before, the voltage is 0. So they use this as the standard, measuring it against the ones that's at the top and measuring it against the substances or the atoms or the ions at the bottom. So let's have a look at the standard hydrogen. Now remember, hydrogen is a gas. If we have a look at this reaction here, you'll see it's 2 hydrogen ions plus 2 electrons, and it can either go to hydrogen gas or hydrogen gas can be reversed to form the ions. Now we're going to have at least hydrogen gas. So it's hydrogen gas, and we are going to compare all the others to the standard that we have here. Now, if you have a look at this diagram here, you'll see this is a test tube. There it is. It's open at the bottom, and there we see this little tube, and there you'll see that they actually put in hydrogen gas. And another interesting occurrence here is that it's a gas, and I cannot attach anything to a gas. So they had to put in an electrode, which is a metal, and they're using platinum. And if you have a look there, we'll have this piece of platinum that's down here so that they can attach that. So I've got platinum it's an acid in the solution because I've got hydrogen ions, and important, I know it's a standard solution, so I know the concentration is 1 mole per cubic decimeter. Furthermore, there's a few conditions that you have to take notice of, and if you open your information sheet, you'll actually find these standard conditions, and this is usually a question in the paper. Give the standard conditions. Firstly, we said the concentration has to be 1 mole per cubic decimeter. Secondly, the temperature has to be specifically 25 degrees. If it's more or less, it will not be the same reaction that we measure against the hydrogen. And the atmospheric pressure you'll also find on your information sheet. So you can only measure hydrogen gas with a value of 0 if I'm adhering to those 3 conditions. So careful, you don't have to do that. They already did it for us. They did the comparison and they got to that table. So we've got the hydrogen at 0 there, and they compared all the others. Now, if we have a look at the hydrogen, it is in the middle there, and it can either be an anode or a cathode. In this diagram again, can you see here? It is dependable on what I've got on the other side of my voltaic or galvanic cell. So, if the hydrogen is the anode, you remember that we stressed that we find anox. And I've often heard some of the schools saying it's anorexia. I don't like that, but if you remember it that way, super. Anox, anode, and oxidation. Now let's quickly go back. Oxidation is loss. So it will be the reaction where the hydrogen gas gives away electrons. Now if we go back to our table, I can see now it's the hydrogen gas here that's giving away electrons. So this will be the stronger reducing agent. Now, if the hydrogen gas is the stronger reducing agent, it will react with anything below it to go and become the oxidizing agent. And as I said, this is the half reaction. Remember, you've got to write it different from that on the table. You've got to turn it around, and you know, when I write down this cell, it's going to be the hydrogen gas. There we have it. That's becoming the ions. We know it's a 1 mole per cubic decimeter concentration. And because I'm using platinum as an electrode, you will write the platinum there with one line just to separate the phases. Because that's a solid, and this is a gas, and this is an aqueous or a solution. Let's have a look at the cell potential. So if I have a look at my diagram again, at the bottom here, I've got sulfur going to H2O. So let's take those 2 reactions. I've got the hydrogen going to hydrogen ions, giving away the electrons. So that is oxidation. The reduction half reaction will be anything below the hydrogen. In this case, it's sulfur. And you can see that will go that way. It will pick up the electrons and it will go that way. So that's the reduction. What am I going to do when I have to work out the electro potential of the cell? I can use either the cathode, anode, reduction, oxidation, oxidizing or reducing agent. It doesn't really matter as long as you know that the hydrogen is now the anode. And obviously the sulfur will be the cathode. So if I take these values that I've got in my table, it will be plus 0.15. Do you see that's being substituted there? Minus 0. So my answer will be plus 0.15 volts. It will be a spontaneous reaction and it will be exothermic. We've done that in the previous lesson. Let's have a look if the cathode is the hydrogen. Now it's a cathode and we know it's cath red. So cath red will be the reduction. Reduction is gain. I'm repeating myself because I want you to know this. I'm gaining electrons. So the hydrogen is now going that way. So the reduction half reaction will be happening if something at the top will go and give away the electrons, being the oxidation half reaction. So again, if I write this down, I've got the hydrogen ions. Do you see it there? And it's becoming hydrogen gas. You see it, and again, the platinum is now on the other side because it's always linked to the hydrogen gas. Let's have a calculation for that. I'm taking the lead, I'm taking the hydrogen, so I've got the hydrogen going that way. That is the reduction half reaction. The oxidation is that side. So I've got the two values. The cathode is now the hydrogen, so it's 0.00 minus the minus 0.13. The answer will thus be plus 0.13 volts. Again, it's spontaneous and it's exothermic. So the hydrogen could act either as an anode or a cathode. If it's the anode, it's oxidation. It's the loss of electrons. You can see it there. If it's the cathode on the other side, it's reduction. It's gaining electrons. And just make sure that you see where I'm writing my platinum. It's next to the hydrogen gas, not the ions. Let's have a look at a more refined diagram. Do you see here? I've got my test tube or my apparatus. The hydrogen gas will be pumped in here, and that will be the H2. It will form the H plus ions, and here I've got the platinum. Can you see it there? It's actually linked, and there I've got my circuit, and here I've got any other metal, whether it's the oxidation or the reduction. Make sure, guys, that you know how to calculate your cell electrode potential. Please make sure that you identify the reduction, oxidation, or the cathode, anode, and that you remember that I've got that negative sign there. Right, this lesson was to tell you where do we find the standard hydrogen electrode. It's right in the middle of your table. If you have a look at that, just identify, is it going that way or is it going that way? The oxidation reduction half reactions you saw, we know it can be either an anode or a cathode, giving me ultimately the values of each of those. It's standard conditions, you know the three conditions, and you should be able to calculate the electrode potential. Have a look at Siyavula Science Clinic. Guys, there's many textbooks, old past papers. Have a look at these papers, see if you can calculate the E cell or answer the questions on a standard electrode potential. Bye.